So now, I think I don't have Unity here, but we can use a point. So you build an array of points. I'm not sure how these points work, but I'm assuming I can add 0, 0. So I have to actually add a new point. Alright, and that's from 0 to 0. And then my next point would be from, let's say, the next extreme. Yeah, man. Ghost test, cool. Thanks for the follow. I like it. Okay, now we have your points here. Let's unload. We're not gonna do any of this stuff. No, I want to get my toolbox out. See, these are things I don't use. I thought they had like drawing stuff on here. It really doesn't matter. Trying to find something we can use. I guess a button should be fine. So now we're going to move the button from where it is to the next point and then back again. So from wherever it is to its position plus, I don't know, 50 might be good. From 50 to 50. Let's make sure we give it room. And its name is button 1. Timer would be good. Let's get one of those on board. After I show you this little thingy here, you can like check YouTube and Unity tutorials for Waypoint systems. Like waypoints, that's what you're talking about right there. I have a project that's on Unity Asset Store that uses this type of system exclusively. Well, it's not for NPCs, it's for the camera. So it can be adapted to what you're using it for, but you would have to write a lot of code. But it's just mainly for the camera, and if you're using the camera, you can use it without code. Anyway, let's get our little button guy here and moved around. So that's button 1. And on the timer, let's activate the timer. And I don't think they're enabled by default. Properties. Yeah, so let's enable the timer, and every half a second it's gonna increment. So when it does, so you're currently moving, so you have to pay attention through all of this code I have. So I'm gonna take it all down to the timer. That way we could ignore everything above. So this is all you're working on here. So you need a current index, and that would determine which waypoint you're currently at. I think it'd be a good idea to have a panel in here. That way we can use the panel itself as point 0 to point whatever, because you don't want to use the form is already filled up with a bunch of crap. So I think that would give us its top and its minus. So I'm going to stop this here so we can read the button's location. If it's at 0-ish, then it will be easier to work with. And we put it, it should read as such in the panel, because the panels are like a start. The panel is like its parent now, so its location will be relative. Okay, so let's put it at 0. Okay, so now it's at 0, 0. And what's maximum here? Okay, so that's awesome. So maximum is bigger than, oh crap. Okay, so maximum is bigger than 100. So 0, 0. So if P equals point index, so now if my location is at whatever index it is, which it starts at 0 first, let's start it at 0. So it's going to say, yeah, your location is here. So if your location is here, then increment index so that will send index to 1. And now it's going to come here, it's going to check us and say, hey, are we at that location? And say no. Then if not, I'm not sure if I can directly move the location, but we're gonna find out. Equals new, there's that new point, location X, location Y, okay, so +1 and +1. So it's going to change the location. So when it equals that index, when it equals 50, it's going to increment again, but we have to stop it, and I think we can use the modulus function to do that. Index mod 2. So if index equals, yeah, so that should bounce us back and forth. Spotify, so I can play music and yeah, I know, that's the first thing my daughter mentioned. Hey, talking all day, won't that make you tired? And I'm like, yeah, maybe, huh? Let's test this and see if it works. So Spotify can play music over the stream. Is that where you get to choose like what music you play? Like I can, like the bot choosing the music, like selecting a song and stuff. That'll be cool. This thing is moving too slow. This is moving too slow. Let's do two things. Let's make our button bigger, and let's, on the button itself, let's tell it where it is. So our button dot text is going to display its own location, and it's a point. They should output a relatively readable value. Alright, yeah, so 50, that's gonna take forever moving at pace 1. Let's speed up our timer. Alright. Spotify. And hopefully they have some cool music on it. I've been thinking about trying something like that. So we went over our board there. Why did we do that? Let's find out. So P is equal to the point index, not index. Now X equals an X. And the Y equals the Y. Alright, let's check it out. This is the general method. If I was in Unity, it'll be nicer to show you that from that perspective. Okay, I just had a hit on there, but it doesn't. If my location is equal to the points X, I see we need one more thing, is a direction of movement. So in direction equals 1. Direction equals, we'll multiply direction by -1. So now what this is going to do, so it'll make it go, it never started going backwards. That's what happened. So it just kept going forward even if it was at the point that it needs to be on. So we need to change the direction of travel. That way it'll go back and forth and back and forth. And you can add as many points as you want in the array, and it will move between those points, and just change your modulus function, and it'll continue along. Yeah, man, that's sweet. That's sweet. How many monitors do you have? You have more than one monitor? If not, you can try out my little thingy here that I told you about. That's why I'm using, because I only have one monitor. Hey Green, let's Green Rose, let's add in another point and see what happens. Nah, we can add in a point, but we would need, when you add in the points, they need to, you need to know what direction you need to travel in to set it up. You're welcome, man. Hey, where'd you get that name from? That's funky. Yeah. It's like I know you from somewhere. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna turn off the waypoint stuff here and get back into the easy stuff, leave this hard stuff behind.